Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Life's buzzing with energy, from the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Whether a ref makes a bad call or it's opposing players or fans trying to get us out of our element, that our ultimate goal is to win, and doing things that are unsportsmanlike aren't going to get us any closer to that goal.
Because in life, many things will not go your way, and by learning now to hold your head up high when defeated and stay humble after a victory will better influence your life for the years to come.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.
It feels good to be part of a team. The commitment, trust, and loyalty you share. One thing all teams have in common: a team logo. So when you want to show off your team spirit, ask 360 Custom Designs to join your team. Embroidery, decorated apparel, and promotional products to show pride for your favorite sports team and your company team. 360 Custom Designs in downtown Cherokee and online at 360customdesigns.com.
At American Bank, we're more than just your local bank. We're your neighbors, friends, and biggest fans. As the excitement of fall sports fills the air, we're here supporting our community every step of the way. Whether it's Friday night lights or volleyball matches, we're proud to stand behind our schools. We're cheering loud and proud for the MMCRU Royals. Here's to a season of hard work, teamwork, and unforgettable memories.
American Bank, member FDIC.
At Bavarian Meadows Senior Living in Remsen, residents enjoy a rewarding, independent retirement lifestyle full of opportunities to create new friendships and stay active and engaged. They offer delicious meals, housekeeping, laundry, medication management, enriching activities, and professional staff care while residing in their own apartment home, where independent and assisted living options are available. Also check with them about their career opportunities too. That's Bavarian Meadows in Remsen, with exceptional living opportunities and exceptional care.
The calendar has turned to March and the madness is here. and specifically in Sioux Center at the high school gymnasium tonight, a Class 1A Sub-State 1 matchup between the number 3 ranked MMCRU Royals and the Boyden-Hull Comets. This is Tim Holmes alongside Michael Rupp and Adam Morris on production tonight. And a Saturday evening primetime hoops and a spot at the state tournament online between a tradition-rich program in Boyden-Hull and a up-and-coming, upstart, athletic, talented MMCRU squad here tonight on Fuller Digital Solutions. This is the Farmers State Bank pregame show. The Royals come into this one at 23-2 on the season. They are led offensively on the year by junior Brayson Mulder. Mulder averaging about 13 points per ball game, but it's been White Hollish, his junior classmate, who's had the hot hand the last 2 contests, being the team's leading scorer, over 20 points in each of the last 2 wins for the Royals. The Comets come in with a record of 17-8. An always tough Boyden-Hull team playing in the always tough Siouxland Conference, and the Comets led by junior guard Carter Klein-Walterink. Klein-Walterink averaging 18 points per ball game. His junior classmate Garrett Van Ness averaging 13 points per night. This, the first meeting between these two squads. As we mentioned, the 16 teams left in Class 1A after tonight. It'll be the final 8 heading to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines in a couple of weeks with a spot, the state tournament on the line. Boyden-Hull looking for their 20th state appearance all time. MMCRU looking for their first in school history. The Comets and Royals coming up next here on Fuller Digital Solutions.
For banking, real estate, and insurance, let them help you at Farmers State Bank and Farmers State Agency in Marcus. Farmers State Bank offers a full line of financial services with hometown hospitality. Farmers State Agency will help you when it comes to all lines of insurance and real estate needs. Talk with agent Rachel Holmes or Laura Lecce. Learn more about Farmers State Bank, member FDIC, at fsbmarcus.com or contact Farmers State Agency in Marcus at 712-376-4318.
Family has been providing trusted funerals since 1943, when Joseph and Adele Fish bought Remsen's only funeral home. Beginning in 1976, Joe's son Joel and his wife Jean continued the tradition of being a family-owned and operated business. In 2009, David and Elizabeth Fish carried the family tradition into the future and now offer monuments. The Fish family is honored to assist you in your time of need, offering care and compassion. Fish Funeral Home and Monuments in Remsen, our family serving your family since 1943.
Welcome back to the Farmers State Bank pregame show, live from Sioux Center tonight in a beautiful gymnasium. Not many high school gyms better than this one. The Royals and Comets set to battle starting in about 10 minutes. And as I mentioned, Michael Rupp with me tonight on color commentary. Michael, thanks for joining us, joining me on the call. Second game in a row, and it's nice to have you.
Glad to be back, Tim. You mentioned this is a beautiful gymnasium. I am impressed with this. This is just a gorgeous complex, and the opportunity to be here is just amazing. And I'm looking out at the Royals fan base. They have packed out this gymnasium as well. The Boyden-Hull fans also filling in their side, but Royal Nation travels well, and it's going to be a loud environment here tonight. Let's just take a look at how both of these two squads got here, starting with Boyden-Hull. They had that bye in the first round, faced Sibley O'Cheaton at home, won that one 62-37, then drew a match with Kingsley Pearson, won that one 47-33 before a trip up to Sheldon to face War Eagle foe South O'Brien, and that was a good matchup, 48-40. Boyden-Hull able to pull a comeback win against the Wolverines to eliminate South O'Brien. For MMCRU, it started off with a home match against Harris Lake Park, 77-28, followed by another home game against North Union, 71-49 victory for the Royals. And then that game we were there for on Tuesday in Sioux Central, Newell Fonda and MMCRU, and the Royals won that one 75-53, and it was also a loud and rowdy environment. Now we made the trip from Sioux Central to Sioux Center tonight, where it's going to be a fun matchup. I mean, you mentioned a historic Boyden-Hull program and an up-and-coming Royals program led by Brayson Mulder and the playoff hot Wyatt Olish.
That is the road to this matchup, and the further you make it down, the little bit bigger facility you get to play in. And as you mentioned, the MMCRU crowd has traveled and filled up. The far side will be the top of your screen. They've filled that thing plumb full tonight. Boyden-Hull, a nice contingent. Not too far away, a conference full. They actually played in this gymnasium back on December 19th, resulting in a 67-55 loss against the Sioux Center Warriors. But that leads into this. As I mentioned, Boyden-Hull 17-8 on the season. The Comets have not lost to a 1A squad this year. Credit they haven't played many just due to being in the Siouxland Conference, but the Comets finishing fourth in the Siouxland Conference with an 11-7 record, finishing behind a top 5 team in Class 2A West Lyon, a top 5 team in Class 2A in Unity Christian, the former War Eagle Conference foe, and then a top 10 team in Class 3A in MOC Floyd Valley. Boyden-Hull finishing fourth between 3 top 10 teams in classes bigger than them, and were very competitive in those contests as well. So the record can be a little deceiving. Boyden-Hull also with a loss against another 2A squad in Cherokee, Washington, but they did knock off a very good Spirit Lake squad in 2A that's actually playing in a sub-state of their own tonight as well. So that being the Comets' best one of the season, knocking off Spirit Lake back in December. MMCRU, the winners of the War Eagle Conference, 23-2 overall. MMCRU has not lost to a 1A squad this year. Their only losses to Class 2A Hinton, the Blackhawks, and Class 2A number 1 ranked Western Christian. That just a 13-point defeat in Hull back in the middle part of January. We're going to take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We're going to jump right into it here as they do it in the gymnasium. We're looking at the Farmers State Bank starting lineups here tonight. For the visitors on the scoreboard, the Boyden-Hull Comets. At point guard for Boyden-Hull, it's a 6'1 sophomore, number 2, Jacob Potabom. Potabom averaging 10 points per ball game. At in a forward spot, a 6'3 senior, number 3, Brent Zylstra. Zylstra averaging just under 10 points and 6 rebounds per ball game. Also at forward for the Comets, a 6' senior, number 5, Braylon Crawford. Crawford averaging just 3.5 points per ball game and 3 rebounds. At forward for the Comets, a 6'2 junior, number 15, Garrett Van Ness. Van Ness averaging 13 points, 8 rebounds per night. And leading scorer for the Comets, a guard, a 6'1 junior, number 21, Carter Klein-Walterink. Klein-Walterink averaging 18 points per ball game, shooting 37% from the field. The Comets are coached by Isaac Heyer, assisted by Bob Klein-Walterink. Boyden-Hull 17-8 overall, 11-7 in the Siouxland Conference. The Farmers State Bank starting lineups tonight for the MMCRU Royals, the home team on the floor. First at point guard for MMCRU, it's a 6' junior, number 12, Michael Schmelin. Schmelin averaging 4.5 points per ball game. At an off-guard spot, a 6'3 junior, number 20, Wyatt Olish. Olish averaging 10.5 points per night. At a forward spot, a 6'4 junior, number 0, Brayson Mulder. Mulder, the leading scorer for the Royals, at 13 points, 4 rebounds per night. At another forward spot, number 2, Chase Cowling, a senior, standing 6'4". He averages 5 points, 3 rebounds per night. And rounding out the Royals starting lineup tonight, a senior forward, number 22, Michael Peterson, standing 6'2", averaging 9 points, 5.5 rebounds per night. Royals coached by Cam Kuchel, assisted by Shane Bork and Brad Hodgen. The Royals, 23-2, ranked number 3 in Class 1A.
Just looking at these two squads, couple different strategies with the boys. First for MMCRU, they like to run about 10 deep. We saw that as a huge factor on Tuesday night compared to a Sioux Central team that likes to stick with about their top 6, top 7. Boyden-Hull likes to do the same thing. They're going to stick with this top 5, top 6 couple of players, and they're going to try and slow the game down because of that. They don't like to play the tempo style that MMCRU wants to do. I expect them to try and keep the score under 50 tonight, whereas MMCRU, let's move fast, let's play in transition, and let's line change offense like we saw on Tuesday night.
That is the breakdown for tonight's contest between these two squads. We're going to have the national anthem here in the gymnasium and then tip-off shortly thereafter. We're going to take another break here on the Farmers State Bank pregame show. We'll be back after this with the opening tip here on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Floyd Valley Healthcare, we keep you moving and feeling your best. Our providers work together to help overcome mobility issues, manage pain, and live your best life. An expanded physical therapy department and the area's top orthopedic surgeons on site mean the care that you need is in one convenient location. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing a chronic condition, or looking to improve your mobility, Floyd Valley Healthcare can help you get back to doing the things that you love. Stay active, stay moving, make your appointment today.
Gangler Feed Service in Remsen is your complete farm store. We feed all farm species, and we're a Hubbard, Kent, and big game dealer. Whether it's sprayers, grain banking, corn drying, or feeding your animals, we're your complete farm store, and service is our business. Gangler Feed Service in Remsen. Call them at 786-2234 or stop in and see them. Service is our business at Gangler Feed Store, Remsen.
Introducing the robust workhorse from Holstein Manufacturing, the HFAB Ultra Tilt Bed Trailer.
Whether you are hauling heavy equipment or delivering precious cargo, our tilt bed trailers, ranging from 20 to 28 feet in length, are engineered with strength and designed to handle it with ease. Forget the hassles of ramps. They're built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers at Holstein Manufacturing.
Holstein Manufacturing.
And online at holsteinmfg.com.
Welcome back here in the Farmers State Bank pregame show. The tip-off shortly, coming up here shortly, MMCRU in their home white unis tonight with the blue numbers and the blue lettering of Royals across the chest. The Comets in their road blacks with the yellow trim, the yellow numbers on the front and back, and the Boyden-Hull above the front number and the Comets below it. As we mentioned, Boyden-Hull looking for their 20th trip in school history to the state tournament. MMCRU looking for their first in school history. Remsen Union was able to do it back in 1992, and it was Marcus by itself back in 1980, the last time at the boys' state basketball tournament. Here's Michael Peterson set to tip it off against Garrett Van Ness, and the Comets win the opening tip, and we're underway here in Sioux Center. Just driving up and under, a shot too hard off the glass. The Comets able to get the offensive rebound and another chance at it, and the finish, it's Van Ness with the first two of the night.
We saw last game, whoever controls the offensive board seed to carry the momentum. So if MMCRU gets out-rebounded like that as this game continues, it's going to be a rough night. Credit to Boyden-Hull. Good work on the boards.
Polish has it stripped away out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Crawford able to get a hand on it. Boyden-Hull's going to play a tough man-to-man defense. Doing exactly that. Now the inbound to Mulder, and it's going to go off his hands, deflected away by Zylstra, forcing the turnover. The Comets off to a good start. A bucket on their opening possession, and now forcing a turnover defensively. Here's the sophomore Jacob Potabom, guarded by Michael Schmellen. Potabom kept his hand on the top side of the ball. Here's Klein Walterink using a screen. His floater off the glass, no good. In the Royals, it was Alish that came away with it, but his foot is on the baseline. We'll stay at this end. And some good looks for the Comets early on. They are pounding the ball inside, making a point to do that.
Yeah, and I really think if you're either one of these teams, you've got to limit the turnovers and the mental mistakes, especially early. Those are such critical momentum plays. And with a team that wants to slow it down, if you can hold on to the momentum and really just put away the other team early, you're going to find a lot more success playing undermanned like Boyden-Hull does.
Klein Walterink off on that interior shot, and it's one and done. Michael Peterson grabs the board. Here's Mulder using a spin move. He can't finish, and it's one and done at that end. Van Ness cleaning up the glass for the Comets. Boyden-Hull wants to keep the tempo in their favor, a low-scoring game, trying to keep that in the 40s, maybe the 50s. The Royals have scored over 70 in each contest here in district play. There's Zylstra on a step-through, able to finish.
MMCRU needs to get a bucket here, try and hold on to a little momentum.
Schmellen short on the floater, and now Royals will reset the shot clock at 23. Now Alish on a back door. His reverse, no good. He didn't have possession of the ball initially. Pass ahead, knocked out of bounds by Colling. It'll stay with the Comets.
It was a really nice pass from Mulder. Just Alish couldn't quite control the basketball. I feel like there's a little bit of nerves for MMCRU right now. They got to settle in, calm down, and play good basketball.
Now Potabom is going to draw a foul on the floor as Colling picks up his first. That's the one thing. The Comets had gotten off to slow starts in each of the last two contests, and this one much quicker. Now here's a steal. The Royals out in the open floor. They'll have to settle into the half court. Now Mulder able to get control of it, and a tie-up going to be called. Zylstra going to get credited with the block, or at least the tie-up. The alternate arrow keeps it at this end. Boyden-Hull's going to be physical with Mulder. He's been absorbing some contact on the first couple possessions inside. Here's Colling. Alish's jumper short. Colling the offensive rebound. His finish, no good. And MMCRU, an opportunity at second chance points there. Colling can't finish. Klein Walterink pushes it ahead to Potabom.
Strong man defense so far from the Comets, just overwhelming the Royals in the paint.
Now a pass from Klein Walterink to Van Ness, who finishes. And the Comets score the first 6 points in this one. 5:01 to go, first quarter. Comets up 6-0. The Royals going to use a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here for the first 30.
A smart timeout there from Coach Kuchel, getting down 6-0 early. You got to calm the minds, settle the nerves. This is the farthest the Royals have made it in the playoffs. And throughout all sports, it hasn't been common in MMCRU athletics to make a deep playoff run. It's tough to figure out that experience. And with a program with a rich history like Boyden-Hull, you might be a little more prepared for this kind of environment. So I'd like to see these guys just take a breath, play some good basketball in the half court.
As you mentioned, just the tradition and the culture around the program. They've been here before. They know how to get it done. And right now, playing loose. MMCRU looks a little tight. Had some opportunities inside, but just handling the ball, been a little sloppy. Now Klein Walterink comes away with the steal on the lazy pass, and he'll lay it in. His first bucket, and an easy two for the Comets on a turnover out of the timeout. Royals still looking for their first points. 3.5 minutes in. Peterson's jumper, good. Michael Peterson hits a long two.
That's what you need out of your senior. Step up and get a big point there. Get yourself on the board. Now you start warming up, playing your style of basketball a little bit better.
And able to set up that full court defensive pressure off of a made basket will help MMCRU turn the pressure up. Subs in for the first time tonight for the Royals. Lucas Brown and Cam Bork check in. Michael Schmelin and Jace Colling are going to get a breather.
A couple of those guys been able to provide a good spark for MMCRU off the bench, so glad to see him get involved early.
Potabom, the lengthy sophomore, handling the pressure early so far. Klein Walterink has helped him out, and here's Klein Walterink with it up top. Now Klein Walterink has it stripped away by Mulder. The Royals push it ahead. Here's Bork. His pass to Mulder is deflected away by Van Ness. And a good defensive transition by the Comets to save the easy two.
Big hustle play from Van Ness. That was about to be an easy bucket for Mulder. Instead, a hustle play saves a basket.
Brown just beats the 5-second violation. And the Royals set up in the half court. The pressure pushed them all the way out by the half court line. Mulder has it deflected away. It's still bouncing around, and the Comets come away with it. Right now, Boyden-Hull defensively, great active hands, and they've forced several turnovers. Now a back cut. Van Ness lays it in.
That back door has just been exposed multiple times. Got to try and clean that up somehow, and you can't get razzled by this tight man defense. Work the ball into the paint. Try and get some buckets.
And Schmelin has gone out of the ball game, and now Mulder has handled the duties of handling the ball. Alish saves the possession, and now Brown has it stripped away. And they're going to call a foul going the other way. There's Crawford coming up with the steal, and then Brown picks up the foul, trying to tie him up.
Mulder's going to check out here as Colling re-enters the game.
Now you're looking at Cam Bork maybe handling the basketball here with Mulder and Schmelin on the bench. And that pass deflected away by Peterson. Van Ness looked like he may have been the last one to touch it just from his reaction, but it'll stay with the Comets. Ziles trying to inbound it. He throws it almost all the way back to the half-court line where Potabom will set up the half-court offense. The Comets are fundamentally sound, and they've hit the glass hard here early on. Klein Walterink's jumper no good. Van Ness deflects it out, and now Klein Walterink able to save it, and right now it just seems like the Comets have had a quick first step, and that bucket in and out. Zylstra on the offensive putback, and the Comets have absolutely dominated the offensive glass here in the opening quarter. They lead 12-2 with 2:20 to go.
They're not going to give you anything easily defensive. You've got to try and run some half-court offense here and get yourself in a position to get to the hoop.
Here's Brown. He has it stripped away trying to go left. And yet another turnover in the half-court offense for the Royals. Here's Potabom all the way in. Kicks. Zylstra cut off. Ball movement. That's in and out. Alish with the board. Peterson uses a screen, gives it back to Alish. Alish gets it on the cut. His shot off the glass too hard. Now Brown comes away with the steal in the backcourt, and I think they're going to get a foul on Crawford. That would be the first foul on the Comets here in the opening quarter with just 96 seconds to go in the first.
Three-man change for MMCRU as they come in. Dreckman checks back in.
Schmelin back in to handle the ball, and Mulder also on the floor. Royals looking for a set of 5 to be able to bring an offensive spurt here. Just one bucket here in the opening quarter. Now Mulder drives and kicks, and he's going to draw the foul on the floor.
That's certainly one way you can try and crawl your way back into this game. Is if a team isn't willing to play 7-8 deep, try and get them into foul trouble. Just establish a presence in the paint, and that man defense is going to back off a little bit.
Crawford picks up his second personal. That's going to bring in Tyler Potabom, another sophomore. Here's Dreckman. They're going to say he stepped on the sideline. And another turnover for MMCRU in the opening quarter. Here's Potabom to handle the ball. Now Klein-Waltering, Comets leading scorer all the way in. His right-handed finish is good.
And he just wiggles his way through traffic and right to the hoop.
And right now, there's a drive and a kick. A good look for Bork off the mark. The offensive rebound, Cowling ties up Van Ness. And the arrow will give it to the Comets.
I'm just thinking back to the matchup MMCRU, Remsen St. Mary's, where the Royals were forced to play in the half court and really struggled to execute. Either you got to find a way to run an offense in the half court, or you have to find a way to outrun this man defense, which to this point has not been doable for MMCRU.
So far, the Comets have taken care of the basketball, have not turned it over. Here's Klein-Waltering. That drive finished no good in a loose ball foul going the other way on Van Ness. Most of the teams MMCRU has played over the better part of the last 6 weeks have played really packed in a 2-3 zone defensively to slow the tempo down. The Comets, impressive fashion, have done it in a tough man-to-man defense tonight here so far in the opening quarter. Mulder drives, and he's going to get called for... No, he does not. Thought they were going to call a player control foul. Mulder picks up the blocking foul on... It's going to go on Klein-Waltering. It's his first. So Van Ness, Klein-Waltering have one apiece here, and the Royals have the ball at the shot clock turned off with 21 seconds to go in the quarter. Not a lot of motion towards the bucket for the Royals. They've got to find a way to get the ball inside. Dreckman into Cowling. Kicks backside. Schmelin from the left elbow. Off the back iron. No good. Klein-Waltering's pass ahead. And Potabom is going to knock down the three. And they're going to count it. Potabom got away with the travel off the catch. And they're going to give him the three-point bucket. The MMCRU coaching staff not happy about it because it happened right in front of them. And the Comets come out guns blazing here in the first quarter. The buzzer-beating three for Tyler Potabom, and Boyden-Hull in front 17-2 after one. We'll be back after this here on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Meet Jordan Marks. From his butcher block to your table, Jordan's Meat Market in Marcus is a cut above for custom meat processing and retail meats. Following in his great-grandfather's footsteps, Jordan built the market from the ground up, processing beef, hogs, sheep, and deer. They're open Monday through Saturday. Stop in and follow them on Facebook for specials at Jordan's Meat Market in Marcus.
Back here for the start of the second quarter, Boyden-Hull. The Comets have come blazing out of the gates, a 17-2 lead. As we start the second quarter, the Royals lone bucket from Michael Peterson on a 17-foot jumper. It is Garrett Van Ness leading the way for the Comets with 6 first quarter points, but 4 different Comets have scored in the first quarter. Royals basketball out of the timeout. Mulder uses a screen, now gives it on a give and go. It's Peterson keeping it. His jumper in the lane, no good. Klein-Waltering trapped in the backcourt. The Comets will play keep away with it. Just get it over, and now a travel is going to be called on Zylstra.
Comets just barely got that over before the 10-second call, and then the travel to follow it. I think if you're MMCRU, I'd like to see some more off-ball movement, some cuts to get shooters open, maybe some drive and kick. You can't just stand still and pass the ball because Boyden-Hull will create turnovers.
Here's another screen for Mulder. He'll pull the trigger from 3 off the mark. Peterson battles Van Ness, has the offensive rebound. Now back inside to Mulder. Mulder barrels ahead. His finish, no good. Rebound cleared out by Potabom. And now he has it stripped away by Cowling. Schmelin can't pull the trigger, gives it to Mulder. His shot no good is the trailer.
You got to find ways to finish through contact in this situation.
And Mulder is so good at finishing in that win against Newell Fonda the other night through contact. Royals, not just him, but really none of them able to handle the contact so far. Klein Walterink, he can't finish at the rim. Schmelin has the rebound. He'll push it ahead, and he'll have it stripped away by Potabom and a foul called.
Like we said, that's about the only thing the Royals have had a little success with is try and draw some fouls to get these starters out of the game. Hopefully not run it as tight a man defense.
Schmelin trying to get it in, now does to Mulder. He gives a ball fake to Zylstra. His shot deflected. Schmelin has a backside rebound. His finish is good. And the Royals finally get their second field goal here from Michael Schmelin on an offensive putback.
And a nice job.
Now Zylstra able to work it away from the trap, but you can see the Comets have not, even when they've been trapped and moved the ball out of it, they have not been looking to get an easy bucket out of it. They want to slow the tempo of this down. Now Mulder comes away with the steal. It's one-on-one. His lay-in is good. And Mulder has his first bucket of the night.
Worked through a little bit of contact from Potabom. Didn't get overwhelmed by this aggressive and fast-paced defense. Settles in, finishes nicely.
Potabom drives in, right-hand finish is blocked away, and it comes down off of Potabom. It was Wyatt Alish with the defensive effort, getting the ball back for MMCRU.
Alish, we've talked a lot about his offensive performance. We haven't mentioned he's a really good defender, and he's a pretty well-sized athlete, too, at 6'3" as a junior. Able to get a nice block that time and able to get possession of the basketball back, too. And it feels like the momentum is starting to shift. You got to take advantage of it here on this possession.
Well, the Comets are only going to play 6-7 guys. This is going to turn into a 4-quarter game if you can keep it close. The legs are certainly going to be tired in the second half. Alish's 3 off the mark. The rebound still loose. Bork comes away with it. Bork's floater in the lane. Good! Cam Bork with a bucket. Back-to-back buckets for MMCRU. And the deficit now in single digits at 9. Zylstra might have gotten away with another walk. Now Cowling comes away with the steal. Jace on a run out. His layup, no good. Klein Walterink affected it just enough. But it's the Comets coach, Isaac Heyer, calling timeout to slow things down. Just a 30. We're going to take it with them, though. 17-8. The Comets in front. Middle of the second quarter. We'll be back right after this on FDS.
CHE cares about your community. We are a local-focused first radio station that plays excellent music. We feature more than 20 news and sportscasts daily, a Coach's Corner area sports program every Saturday morning, more than 40 weather updates, as well as a dozen ag programs and market reports. We also feature a What's Happening program and community calendar, because if it's happening locally, we care. KCHE FM 92.1 and AM 1440, committed to your community.
4:55 to go, first half. Boyden-Hull a 17-8 lead over MMCRU with the basketball. Klein Waltering picked up in the backcourt by Cam Bork.
With the momentum shift, the Royals are starting to play with a little more fire. The crowd's back into it.
Klein Walterick a spin. He can't finish, and Cowling clears it.
Like we said, whichever team rebounds better controls the momentum of the game.
Alish to Boric, his reverse layup is no good. Somebody might have got a piece of it. Now Potabom's trapped in the backcourt.
Got away with a little walk there, no call.
Now Schmellen's going to get called for a push. That'll be the first Royals foul here in the second quarter at the 4:16 mark. Just the first foul on Michael Schmellen.
Schmellen kind of just a frustration foul, jabs at the ball and gets called there.
Comet's able to get the ball inside a couple of times here. Haven't been able to finish, but that's what that defensive pressure can do from MMCRU. Klein Walterink, a tough two. No good. And it's going to go the other way. Bork was in position, and the displacement foul is going to be called on Tyler Potabom. The sophomore off the bench picks up his first personal. Halfway through the second quarter, Boyden-Hull Comets had a three-point bucket to end the first quarter of play, making it 15-2. The Royals trying to chip away at that deficit.
And they've done a good job reclaiming some momentum, getting back in this ball game, but they have not finished well enough at the rim. Got to improve in that once we get into playoff basketball. You can't afford to miss easy shots.
Mulder puts it on the deck. He'll take it right at the rack. No foul called. Van Ness comes up with the block. And the Comets, again, another defensive stop in the half court. Klein Walterink has it out by the half court line. 20 on the shot clock, and the Comets in no hurry here in the half court. Pick and roll to Van Ness, and he finishes.
Just a beautiful pick and roll look there. Pass inside. Great screen. That's just well coached basketball.
Here's Schmellen trying to break down the defender, and they're going to say he threw it away as it landed on the baseline. And here comes senior guard Clint Staub into the ball game for the first time tonight. Schmellen's going to get a breather. The Royals, you can see it, a little upset, just frustrated more than anything else because of the Comets' pressure defense.
That pressure defense and their ability to drain the clock. We're inside of 3 minutes already, getting close to halftime, and the Royals still down by a good chunk. Just try and take advantage of some more opportunities inside these last few minutes.
They're going to go right back to the pick and roll. Klein Walterink's jumper contested by Peterson, and it's stripped away on the backside. I didn't see who got that. Now Alish has a look from the corner. Off the mark. Backside rebound by Mulder. He reverses it. Has a shot blocked, but Van Ness called for his second foul. And I know the Boyden-Hull bench didn't like it, but it looked like he clearly got him on the arm.
That was a good call. You could hear the slap of it up here. And Isaac Hare, he's a good young coach, a lot of energy on this squad, and he's going to argue the call. I've really liked the way he's coached his squad so far today. Very active and vocal. And a younger coach, it seems like, able to relate with his players well, and that can be a cool opportunity to build a relationship there and coach a successful basketball program.
5 seniors on this Boyden-Hull squad, with 2 of them being starters. Mulder gets the second free throw. He has 3 points on the night. Lucas Brown back into the ball game. MMCRU has a few sets of fresh legs out there. Now Potabom's going to get called, or excuse me, it's Klein Walterink getting called for a walk.
That's a big call in that situation, and the ref, I agree with him on that one. That's a hard call to make in this environment, and I think it was the right one.
Staub trying to direct the Royals half-court offense. Here's Brown. He's all the way to the rack. He lays it in. Lucas Brown on a nice left-handed finish.
Tucks that ball inside. Looked like a running back there for a second. Stoppage in play.
We're going to have a stoppage in play in front of the Boyden-Hull bench. I'm not sure what the call was. I'm not sure anybody really knows what the call was. Minute 53 to go, first half. Boyden-Hull in 19-11 lead over MMCRU. Here in the Sub-State 1 final. The winner advances to Des Moines in the state basketball tournament. Klein Walterink is trapped, able to get it inside, and Brown picks up his second foul. I'll take that. That is Brown's second foul. So Lucas Brown picks up his second at the 1:42 mark of the second quarter. Zylstra to inbound it. Now Zylstra is going to have a corner three. It's deflected, and Mulder goes up and gets it. Here's Brayson, a full head of steam. Has that pass deflected by Klein Walterink. He saves it into Mulder. His shot, good off the glass. And the Royals have the deficit down to 6 with 80 seconds to go in the first half.
Looks like Mulder's finally finding some comfort and breathing room in the paint. Still finishes through a bit of contact there, but strong off the glass. That's what you need out of your upperclassmen in this moment.
Potabom puts it on the deck. Has to kick it out. Here's the other Potabom. No call under the bucket. Staub comes away with the rebound off the miss. Clint into the front court.
Oh, Clint got jabbed there and no call.
45 seconds to go. Here's Staub with it. Gives it off to Brown. Lucas looking for space, has it deflected away. Mulder able to pick it up. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Mulder has it stripped. Staub comes away with it. Gives it to Cowling. His jumper, no good. The backside rebound by Potabom. And the Comets have 20 seconds on the clock and can hold for one.
MMCRU unable to hit from three-point range here in the first half. Little success offensively here.
Klein Walterink with it up top. 7 seconds to go. Guarded by Mulder. His three. No good, and they call a foul. And maybe some contact there. And that's going to put Carter Klein Walterink at the free throw line for three, and the foul is going to go on Mulder. It's his first. First free throw off the back iron. As you mentioned, Klein Walterink, the leading scorer for this Comet squad at 18 points per ball game. He has 4 here tonight.
He's a 77% shooter from the stripe.
Second free throw is good. In between the buzzer-beating three at the end of the first quarter, off of a walk, and now getting 3 free throws in the last 3 seconds of the second quarter, the Comets able to. Klein Walterink makes this. A 5-point advantage at the end of each quarter. And he does get 2 of 3. Alish up ahead to Peterson. His half-court heave, no good. And after 1 half of play, Boyden-Hull a 21-13 lead over MMCRU. We're going to head to a commercial break. We'll be back with the FDS halftime show after this, live from Sioux Center.
Mike's Construction of Marcus is a second-generation general contractor who is a proud supporter of MMCRU Royal Athletics and academics. Mike's Construction can help build your dream home from the groundwork, starting with the foundation, to the detailed finish work on the inside. Take a minute to like Mike's Construction on Facebook and see some of the awesome work they have done, and keep them in mind for your next in-house project. Mike's Construction of Marcus. Go Royals!
Hungry and on the go? Stop by Mrs. B's in Remsen.
Locally owned and operated for over 25 years, Mrs. B's has you covered. Coffee, shakes, hundreds of drink options, milk, eggs, and more. Want something hot? Try one of Mrs. B's famous made-from-scratch pizzas, or order one of Mrs. B's many appetizer and sandwich options. Don't forget about the chicken, fish, and pork chop dinners. Mrs. B's is a proud supporter of both MMCRU and Remsen St. Mary's schools. Stop by Mrs. B's today.
I chose NCC because their electrical program is absolutely incredible. Semester to semester, I never had to worry about if I was in the right classes or if I was on the right track, because they make sure you are set on the right track. All you have to do is try.
The heavy equipment program at NCC is the only heavy equipment program in the state of Iowa that actually teaches kids how to run large industrial equipment and get them out on the job site. We'd really like you to come take a visit. It'd be nice to meet you.
The Remsen Farmers Co-op has been serving you for over a century. They are a full-service co-op providing area livestock producers with Land O'Lakes and Kent feed. And take advantage of their full-service agronomy center for all your crop production needs to maximize your yield. They also buy and sell grain and offer grain drying. Remsen Farmers Co-op with years of experience and ready for the future.
I can come back at him. Welcome back to the FDS halftime show. Boyden-Hull, a 21-13 halftime lead over MMCRU. The Comets led after one quarter of play, 15-2. The Royals able to outscore the Comets 11-6 in that second quarter to cut the deficit to single digits. They were as close as 6. But Boyden-Hull right now, the Comets have the tempo and have the lead 21-13. Boyden-Hull led offensively by Garrett Van Ness. The junior post player has 8 points, 6 for Carter Klein-Walterink, 4 for Brent Zylstra, and 3 for Tyler Potabom. For MMCRU, Brayson Mulder has 5, Michael Schmellen 2, Cam Bork has 2, Michael Peterson with 2, and Lucas Brown with a 2-point basket as well. Michael, it's the tempo that the Comets want. They've been able to control it, limit the turnovers here early on. Give us a little bit of a rundown of the first half.
Yeah, Boyden-Hull came out firing on all cylinders, and MMCRU really struggled there through the first quarter and just lost a lot of momentum early, but we were able to gain back a little bit, get the crowd back into things as the second quarter progressed. But you mentioned it, Tim. It was slowing down the tempo early that put Boyden-Hull in a position to be successful offensively. And this just aggressive and sneaky man defense able to disrupt a lot of what MMCRU wanted to do in the half court. I think looking at the second half, MMCRU has to find a way to force Boyden-Hull to commit more fouls and more turnovers, and you got to finish at the rim. Try and make some of these 2 shots at the free throw line, turn those into 3-point plays is the best look for MMCRU. Boyden-Hull, it's honestly keep doing what you're doing, control the tempo. You don't want to really be shooting the basketball until there's inside of 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hold on, don't get into foul trouble, and drain out the rest of this clock is really all I've got to say for them.
The Comets in front 21-13, still 5 minutes to go in the halftime break. We'll take a commercial break and be back right after this on FDS.
Schmellen Construction is a general excavating company that specializes in farm drainage, terraces, waterways, demolition, and concrete asphalt recycling. They are a proud supporter of the local school district and community. Schmellen Construction is a family-owned business that has been going strong since 1977. Visit them online at schmellenconstruction.com and be sure to like them on Facebook.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
United Bank of Iowa has been recognized as Iowa's #1 ag bank every year since 2004. However, they have been financing agriculture for generations. Their employees have a commitment to ag and the industry knowledge and experience you deserve. You can count on United Bank of Iowa to finance your ideas and support you every step of the way. Stop by any of the 35 locations today and talk about how they can help your operation succeed. United Bank of Iowa, member FDIC.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame, not just embroidery.
Welcome back to Sioux Center, MMCRU and Boyden-Hull. The Comets lead this one 21-13 as Boyden-Hull has returned from the locker room. They are warming up, still waiting to see Coach Kuchel and the Royals return. Got a couple other area games going on tonight, specifically looking at the teams remaining in 1A. We are in the Sweet 16 round. We're actually down to 15. There was one of these games happened at 3 o'clock today over in Des Moines at Drake University. The #1 team, Madrid, took down Ankeny Christian 66-46. Madrid controlled that one the whole way. Ankeny did draw it to a 9-point game in the third quarter, but it was the Tigers putting up 22 points in the fourth quarter. Madrid takes care of Ankeny Christian. They are on their way to Wells Fargo Arena, the first team in 1A to lock in their spot. A couple other games. Bishop Garrigan, a familiar name for MMCRU dating back to high school girls basketball a few years ago. They're facing off with St. Edmund out of Fort Dodge. That game happening in Humboldt tonight. And St. Ed's leads that one 33-29 at halftime. The Golden Bears trying to return to Wells Fargo. Remsen St. Mary's, one of our Fuller Digital schools, they are down in South Central Calhoun tonight facing ACGC. Remsen St. Mary's, if you remember, not too long ago, that 1-point loss to MMCRU. They are a sneaky good basketball team looking to upset ACGC tonight, and they are en route to do so, up 29-24 at the halftime break. Looking at Woodbine and Coon Rapids Bayard, that one happening in I believe that one's down in Council Bluffs tonight at Abraham Lincoln High School. Currently, Woodbine leads that one 21-13 at half. Just looking at a few of the other games going on tonight that I haven't found scores for yet. Marquette Catholic and Don Bosco, that game going on at West Delaware High School. That one is in Substate number 3. Winner of that one advances to Wells Fargo. We got North Lynn and Burlington Notre Dame happening in Iowa City tonight. That one in Substate number 4, District 7 and 8 facing off. And in Substate 7, in Substate number 5, we have North Mahaska and Gladbrook Rhinebeck, a couple of 21-3 teams facing off at Marshalltown tonight in the Roundhouse for the winner of Substate 5. And right here in Sioux Center, Royals 13, Comets 21. MMCRU looking to pull off a pretty big comeback and secure their first trip to Wells Fargo in boys basketball school history.
Thanks for that, Michael. The second half starting lineup sponsored by Farmer State Bank. It's Wyatt Olish, Michael Schmelling, Jace Cowling, Michael Peterson, and Brayson Mulder. For the Comets, Jacob Potabom with the basketball. Brent Zylstra, Braylon Crawford, Garrett Van Ness, and Carter Klein-Walterink. Alish comes up with the block. The Comets come up with the ball. Now Klein-Walterink, a deep three, no good, and Peterson clears the glass.
Big rebound, Michael Peterson, about 1.5 feet in the air there, up over everybody to pull that one down.
Now Mulder drives his floater, no good. The rebound, and Mulder did not reestablish himself in bounds, and it'll be out of bounds off the Royals. And you got to focus on having good offensive possessions. If you're MMCRU, you're only getting so many of them. The Comets doing a great job of limiting things. You have to be able to take advantage of those offensive possessions here in the second half, really value them.
Well, and you don't know how many more possessions you're really going to get in this game, the way they hold on to the ball so late into the shot clock.
And Zylstra bounce pass inside to Van Ness, and he draws the foul on Peterson. And if you're MMCRU, you can't get too aggressive where you start overplaying and giving up easy buckets. There, the Comets able to break the press, and then in a 3-on-2 situation, able to find Garrett Van Ness at the free throw line for a pair.
This is also a team you don't necessarily want to send to the free throw line. They're 65% on the season. Royals only shooting 58% on the season. And Boyden-Hull's found a way to work their line. They've attempted 470 free throws on the year compared to MMCRU, only 350. So this is a team that knows how to work their way to the line. They're comfortable there in their style of basketball.
Van Ness is 61% free throw shooter on the season. He gets 1 of 2 in that trip. Here's Schmelin. He goes right into the paint. His floater, good. Michael Schmelin has his second bucket of the night.
That's what we're talking about. Just through contact in the paint, get an easy bucket.
Now sophomore's pass gets into the front court. It's now a drive and a lay-in for Braylon Crawford, his first bucket of the night. Crawford, a tough catch, and then an even better finish.
Just a big play there from the senior. Momentum shifting play. Royals trying to keep it within 10 here and establish this comeback.
MMCRU, not a lot of movement in the half-court offense right now. Alish trying to go one-on-one. His fadeaway is blocked away, and it's going to stay at this end. It was Potabom and Van Ness, each getting a hand on it, but neither could corral it.
I'd like to see MMCRU a little bit of off-ball movement and off-ball screen, set up a driving kick look for Alish in the corner where they found a lot of success with him.
10 on the shot clock. Alish wants to use a screen. Gets into the paint. His shot blocked, but a foul call. And Wyatt Alish, he has had the hot hand here in the postseason for the Royals. Scoreless tonight. Looking for his first points at the 6:06 mark of the third quarter.
All 5 of the players on the floor for Boyden-Hull have committed a foul. The problem is for MMCRU, it's one foul here, one foul to this guy. There hasn't been one person to just attack consistently in the paint to try and get one of these starters out of the game.
Alish gets the second. An 8-point game. 6:06 to go, third quarter. The Comets with the lead and the ball. Potabom's pass finds its way to Zylstra, maybe inadvertently. Now Boyden-Hull going to settle in. Klein-Walterink hits Zylstra on a cut. His finish, no good. Mulder has the rebound, and no call. They're going to call a travel. And that's going to give the ball back to the Comets. Here's Zylstra to inbound it. The Royals fall into a 2-3 zone defensively. Potabom puts it on the deck. Drives is cut off. Crawford gives it over to Klein-Walterink. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Klein-Walterink, and he's going to get called for a walk before he got the shot off. Had a good defensive possession for MMCRU, but even with the Comets turnover there, it's a dead ball turnover, and I'm sure Coach Heyer would take those every day of the week as long as they can come up with defensive stops at this end.
And they still took 27 seconds off of that clock with the possession there, so that's a successful trip down the court for Boyden-Hull.
Now Mulder's pass stolen away by Klein-Waltering, trying to get it to Cowling. His shot no good, but draws the foul. And he hit the deck hard. He's able to get up, and it looked like maybe he had some contact with the hardwood in his head, but able to get up, shake it off, and he'll go to the line for two. It's Michael Schmellen. Nope, they're going to give it to Brayson Mulder, picking up his second personal. The second team foul on the Royals. Here in the third. And Walter knocks down the first.
77% free throw shooter. This junior is so confident when he walks up to the stripe.
He's 3 of 4 from the line tonight. They get 4 of 5. He gets both. The Comets lead back to 10. Now Klein-Waltering jumps the handoff yet again and comes up with the steal. MMCRU has to be stronger with the basketball in the half court. The bounced handoff passes are contested. You talk about MMCRU's pressure defense full court. Boyden-Hull is just locking it down in the half court. Potabom spins, and now he's going to get called for a walk as he took one too many steps. Trying to avoid the defender.
And again, they don't put points on the board, but another 20 seconds off the clock and a dead ball possession turnover. Give them a chance to set up defensively, and now a mental mistake there. That results in an over the back call.
And the turnovers are adding up. MMCRU had 19 turnovers in the win the other night against Newell Fonda, which in a fast-paced up-and-down ball game, you're going to have those. But tonight, in the half court, you have to handle things, handle the pressure, handle the ball, all of it, and the Royals have been unable to do so. 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with them quick. We'll be back. 26-16 Comets in front, 4:11 to go third quarter. We'll be back here on FDS right after this.
At West Health Systems, we believe in unlimited possibilities. Whether you're streaming, working, schooling, socializing, or gaming, use as much data as you need without any worries. And the Command IQ app gives you the power to set limits on screen time, content, and access to specific websites and apps right from your phone. Call West Health Systems today at 712-786-1181. Experience the freedom of unlimited internet with Experience.
Comets basketball out of the timeout. 4:11 to go, third quarter. 10-point Boyden-Hull lead. Comets jumped out to a 15-point lead in this one. They kept MMCRU at arm's length so far. Here's Zylstra up top, gives it off to Jacob Potabom. Now Peterson goes for the steal, doesn't get it. And now it ends up to Van Ness, and he can't finish inside. His putback is good. And Garrett Van Ness into double figures with 11 points.
He just takes it out of the hands of Bork there. Had a rebound underneath and just took it right away from him.
Van Ness listed at 6'2", but plays much bigger than that. Alish no good on the three, and it's one and done as Zylstra clears the board. Now the Comets want to run. Now Potabom has it stripped away by Schmellen. He gives it up to Bork. His finish, no good. And Cam was so concerned about the defender, he just needed to go up strong there and draw the foul if nothing else. Now Potabom gains possession of it, but the Comets will call a timeout before turning it over. Another 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 28-16, Boyden-Hull, 3:12 to go in the third quarter.
Another score update from South Central Calhoun. Remsen St. Mary's came out of halftime hot. They lead ACGC 38-29. trying to pull off the upset there tonight.
Boyden-Hull has a game high 11 points from Garrett Van Ness, the 6'2 junior post player. Averages 13 on the night, but playing much bigger than his size on paper. He has dominated the offensive glass specifically, able to get some putbacks, and in that last situation just took the ball right away from Bork and able to lay it back in. Klein-Walterink, a deep three. That's right through. Carter Klein-Walterink buries it from downtown. And now tying their largest lead of the night at 15. Brown drives, and he draws a blocking foul.
Klein-Walterink under 30% accuracy from three-point range, but he buries that one. Comets with a big lead here, 31-16.
Klein-Walterink picks up his second foul. Brown goes right in. His shot no good, but draws the blocking foul on Van Ness. Excuse me, that's going to go on Crawford, and that will be his third.
Looks like he'll check out of the game as number 11, Tyler Potabom, sophomore, checks in. Goes to the table, excuse me.
Brown's first free throw attempt is no good. Boyden-Hull trailed by 8 points at halftime against South O'Brien in last Tuesday's regional final. They trailed by 8 going into the fourth quarter before outscoring the Wolverines by 16 points in that fourth quarter. But South O'Brien was very effective on the offensive glass. MMCRU has been non-existent in that category, and Boyden-Hull has been so good themselves in that category. It's really flipped this game, allowing some easy buckets, and then once again here controlling the tempo. Here's Klein-Walterink on a tough two, and he knocks it in off the glass.
Man, he has gotten comfortable from the court.
Bork fires a triple, no good off the back iron.
Klein-Walterink.
Now Bork's going to get called for a foul as Potabom boxing him out. Bork trying to get to the ball, and I'm not so sure that Potabom didn't have a hold of him, allowing him from getting it. But that one's going to go Boyden-Hull's way, just like a fair amount of things have tonight, it seems like. 33-16, 2:09 to go here in the third quarter. Klein-Walterink with the last two Comet baskets. Clint Staub back on the floor for the Royals. Potabom cut off. Now he goes, and his pass on the backside deflected away, but a foul called. And that's going to go on Lucas Brown. It's his third. Now Van Ness loses it.
Mike Peterson tried to take a charge there. No call.
Brown trying to go to his left. And now the ball ends up loose and out of bounds.
The Royals side is just silenced right now. Can't make a basket, can't get a call. The well has gone dry for MMCRU in the third quarter.
90 seconds to go in the quarter. Cowling continuing to pressure Potabom. Now Brown just picked up his fourth. And that will put the Comets at the line for two as they were in the bonus. And that's Klein-Walterink heading back to the free throw line. And this is the first of two. Carter Klein-Walterink up to 13 points on the night. Klein Walterick and Van Ness have accounted for most of the Comets' points. MMCRU needs to get something going on the offensive end. Too many turnovers and cold shooting as well. Here's Brandon Dreckman trying to go inside to Peterson. He does. Peterson is plenty of contact there between two defenders. And another empty possession. Potabom now finishes and draws the foul. At the first two of the night for Jacob Potabom. Staub picks up his first personal. And Boyden-Hull has blown this one open here in the third quarter. A 37-16 lead. And a blocking foul called on Klein Walterick, which will be the fourth team foul on the Comets, the third personal on Klein Walterick. Now a stoppage in play to wipe the floor up.
Got a score update from this game over in Humboldt. St. Edmund and Bishop Garrigan in the fourth quarter. And St. Ed's leads that one 60-52. It's been a close possession game. St. Ed's finally able to create some separation in the fourth quarter.
Looks like some blood maybe on the elbow of Carter Klein Walterick. He'll come out of the ball game.
And while we're still stopped here, fourth quarter just getting started. Remsen St. Mary's leads 43-31 over ACGC. They try to return to Wells Fargo.
38 seconds in the quarter, and I don't know if somebody called a timeout or what the stoppage in play is at this point.
Scoreboard says both teams have 3 timeouts left.
There was some blood on the floor, it looked like initially, but we're going to keep it here just because I don't know how long. Okay, so we do have some blood on the floor they're going to clean up. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this here on FDS.
You will like it here. Beautiful Cherokee County, Iowa, nestled in the Little Sioux River Valley in the heart of Northwest Iowa. People care and support each other and work together to help our communities, business, industrial, medical, educational, and agricultural opportunities thrive. Each season offers recreational activities, historical events, and cultural entertainment, making living here enjoyable. Come stay or play. Go to www.cherokeeia.com now.
Royals have the basketball out of the blood timeout, the inbound to Mulder, and he's called for a walk immediately. So now the Comets have the ball. A full shot clock, but 37 seconds on the game clock. MMCRU just 3 points here in this third quarter. And the pass into the front court is through the hands of Tyler Potabom. Now the Royals throw it right back.
Trying to push the tempo and play their style of basketball, but it's not a wise pass there. Overshoots him and results in another turnover.
21.9 seconds to go. And the Comets will have the ball yet again. MMCRU has just turned the ball over way too much in this contest between that and giving up offensive rebounds. And now here's Zylstra wide open in the middle of the lane. His finish, no good. Deflected around. Van Ness is going to draw the foul. Nope, tie up. He gives it to the Royals with 8 seconds to go. Once again, it's Garrett Van Ness, the only Comet player in there. The Royals have about 4 defenders, and he continues to win the rebounding battle.
4 defenders, and one of those defenders, number 24, Lucas Braun, he's got 4 fouls on the night so far.
Polish gives it off to Brown. Brown tries to get all the way to the rack. He does.
Nice finish at the buzzer here.
And the Comets able to score at the end of the first and second quarters. The Royals able to get a buzzer beater from Lucas Brown to finish the third. But it's Boyden-Hull in complete control of this one at 37-18. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this on FDS.
As the largest GSI grain bin dealer in the state of Iowa for the past 15 years, CS Agro prides themselves on grain bin builds and service, and offer a complete line of GSI equipment, including grain bins, grain dryers like top dry, tower dryers, and portable dryers, bucket elevators, air systems, conveyors, and chain loop systems. They do everything from concrete to erection, to electrical, and service before, during, and after the sale. Stop in, give them a call, or contact them at csagro.com, your GSI bin dealer in Calumet, Iowa.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter, and it has been all Boyden-Hull. The Comets a 37-18 lead. They are looking for their 20th trip to the state basketball tournament as a school. MMCRU is looking for their first, still is, but at this point it's going to take almost a miracle in a 19-point deficit. Comets with the ball here to start the fourth quarter. It's Bork Schlinger on the floor for the first time. Colling, Alish, and Lucas Brown for the Royals. Find Waltering with it. Now Potabom a corner three. No good. Backside rebound by Zylstra. And once again, the Comets a second chance at it.
And able to take half a minute off the clock.
And Waltering's going to call a timeout in front of his bench to avoid the turnover. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. Be back here after a minute on Fuller Digital Solutions.
It feels good to be part of a team. The commitment, trust, and loyalty you share. One thing all teams have in common, a team logo. So when you want to show off your team spirit, ask 360 Custom Designs to join your team. Embroidery, decorated apparel, and promotional products to show pride for your favorite sports team and your company team. 360 Custom Designs in downtown Cherokee and online at 360customdesigns.com.
(37-18) Boyden-Hull with the lead here, opening minute of the fourth quarter. Special thank you to all of our sponsors. You have Smith Insurance on the scoreboard, Farmer State Bank, obviously in our pre- and post-game shows and starting lineups. Many commercials you see across your screen following MMCRU and some other area schools here on Fuller Digital this season, especially this winter sports season. Special thank you to all those local businesses for making tonight's broadcast and all of our broadcasts free to the viewing public. Here are the Comets with it. Out of the timeout. Pick and roll finds its way back into the hands of Klein Waltering. Splits the double.
Royals fans want to travel, no call.
Now Potabom loses it out by the half-court line. Alish strips it away, and it's going to be a shot clock violation regardless. It's got to be a shot clock violation. There's no way Alish had possession of the ball at that end. Okay, that's the correct, I would imagine it's the correct call. You have to have possession for the shot clock to reset. Trying to pick the ball up the floor. I'd off the floor, you're not going to get possession of it right away. So here's Schlinger, and he'll have a bucket on the backside seal. Eli Schlinger in the score column.
A little inbound and a touch off the board for Schlinger.
Now Klein Walterink has it stripped away. Alish, his shot no good, but draws the foul on Potabom.
It's Potabom's second. He's not thrilled with the call. Good work of Alish. I think we said earlier that sometimes getting a little too creative around the hoop, trying to finish through contact. In this situation, just put the ball up and try and get yourself to the free throw line, stop the clock, and give yourself a chance to mount a comeback tonight.
The first is off the mark for Wyatt. Alish just 1 point on the night. He's been over 20 in the last few efforts here in the postseason. He's really had the hot hand for this Royals offense. And that one is saved in by the Comets, and it's going to go out of bounds. Not yet. Take that back. It's saved in. Here comes Schlinger. Gives it to Bork. Bork has a lane, and he's fouled on his way to the bucket.
Again, good work. Get the ball to the paint, draw a foul, stop the clock, give yourself a chance. You just got to hit your free throws now.
What an effort from Boyden-Hull off the missed free throw. Is thrown into their front court, tracked all the way down and saved. Didn't see by who, but allowed the Royals to have some numbers coming back the other way, and Bork ends up at the line.
And the foul went on Klein Waltrick. That's his fourth foul, so he's going to head to the bench with 6:34 on the clock.
The second team foul on the Comets here, 6:34 to go in the fourth. Bork way short on the second, and Van Ness able to grab the board.
I thought he airballed it. Must have just tipped the rim there a little bit, or it would have been a dead ball.
Now a reach in on Alish.
Alish isn't thrilled. Coach Kuchel says a few words to calm him down. Only Alish's first foul, so he's all right.
A lot of things have not gone right for the Royals tonight, but with 6.5 to go, I can guarantee they're going to battle this thing to the end. There's Potabom, has a lane, his Euro step, and he's able to finish.
Wow. Beautiful Euro around Peterson, and a great finish in the paint.
Schlinger is going to be fouled on the floor. In the first couple minutes of the fourth quarter, the Comets have picked up 3 team fouls. That the second on Brent Zylstra. Brown and Schlinger come out of the ball game. Colling and Mulder back in. Michael Peterson also into the ball game.
Give some credit. Eli Schlinger doesn't see the court too often and made good use of his time out there tonight.
Mulder tries to back his way in, bullies his way in, no good. The rebound, and Peterson's pulled to the ground. Let's see who they call it on. And that was Braylon Crawford. Picking up his fourth personal.
And like we said, the more foul trouble you can put the Comets in, especially with 6 minutes here on the clock, the better situation you're going to be in. They don't like to use much of their bench. When you start seeing your starters with 4 fouls,
There's a
force
pass.
to make decisions.
Peterson able to control it out of the scrum. I think a timeout. Nope, they're going to call a tie-up.
Boyden-Hull's bench calling for a technical on Mulder. I don't really understand why. It's a scrimmage on the floor for the basketball.
The possession arrow gives it to the Royals. With 5:45 to go. Now Bork cut off baseline and throws it away. Trying to get it to Collin. One thing I'll give the Royals credit for, they've really hit the glass hard here in the fourth quarter. The effort is ratcheted up, but really it needed two back early on. And now a travel is going to be called on Potabom. There's Alish stepping in front trying to take the charge. Instead, they're going to call the traveling violation. Now this one thrown into the backcourt for Mulder to go and get. He's going to be able to clean some things up here. Now Mulder picks up his dribble. Gives it off to Peterson. Alish with it. He's going to tee up a three. No good. And the rebound from Crawford.
Tough rebound from Crawford.
Now Potabom's tied up in the backcourt by Bork. The possession arrow. It should be Boyden-Hull's ball, and it is. MMCRU just had the previous tie-up. Some hostility in the gymnasium, really from both sides, and the officials doing a nice job of calming everybody down. Now the pass kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, you can tell the hostility has picked up a little bit here as the game has slowed down. There's been a lot of stops in play, and just the style of basketball both of these teams play. It's hard-nosed, it's aggressive, and it's physical, and tempers can flare. So a lot of credit to these officials keeping their heads on them, and we don't have enough officials in the state, so we got to give them a lot of credit.
Now the Royals almost come up with a steal. Mulder saves it, and a foul is going to be called on Peterson as he tried to tie up Tyler Potabom. And that's going to be the second team foul on the Royals, the second personal on Michael Peterson. The Comets have committed 4 team fouls. The Royals in the bonus for the last 5 minutes. Van Ness's pass is knocked away, intended for Zylstra. Cowling with it. Kicks it out. Now Bork wants to go to the rack. He does. His floater up. No good. Peterson skies for the board. Goes to the deck, and then Bork ends up getting a reverse layup to go.
Good finish from Bork. Again, a lot of contact in the paint and no call, but strong finish. Now a turnover in the paint.
Here's Cowling with it. He can't finish.
Oh.
And a foul going to be called.
The officials
are going to talk about it.
The entire close side of the gymnasium is on their feet calling for a technical at the moment. And there it is.
They are going to call an intentional foul, I think, on Michael Peterson.
Coach Kuchel having a conversation with the senior, calming him down.
Peterson's third personal. And now it's Jacob Potabom at the free throw line for 2. And he'll get the home court roll on the first. Potabom gets both. He has 7 points on the night for the Comets. And they will also have possession of the basketball. Peterson out of the ball game. Lucas Brown, Brandon Dreckman in. The Royals will go deep in that bench if they have to, and they may need to here in the final few minutes of this one.
They're going to man up defense here. Inbound.
And now Alish is going to get called for a foul, going for the steal. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Royals. So both squads now in the bonus for the last 4:09. The second personal on Wyatt Alish. Crawford gets inside and draws the foul on the floor, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Gets Brayson Mulder that time, his third foul.
First free throw off the mark for Crawford. The line violation called on the Comets. Wave it off. It'll be a dead ball back to the Royals. 41-23, 4 minutes to go. Now Brown, a long two, no good. The rebound by Alish. His shot off the mark, and it's still loose for the rebound. And Van Ness comes away with it. Now Van Ness is going to get the lay-in on the pass from Crawford. And a timeout called by MMCRU. Full timeout. 3:31 to go in the ball game. Boyden-Hull a 43-23 lead. We'll be back after this here on Fuller Digital Solutions.
At American Bank, we're more than just your local bank. We're your neighbors, friends, and biggest fans. As the excitement of fall sports fills the air, we're here supporting our community every step of the way. Whether it's Friday night lights or volleyball matches, we're proud to stand behind our schools. We're cheering loud and proud for the MMCRU Royals. Here's to a season of hard work, teamwork, and unforgettable memories.
American Bank, member FDIC.
Boyden-Hull a 43-23 lead over MMCRU in this Class 1A Substate 1 contest here in Sioux Center tonight. And Michael, it's just been all Comets. They've controlled the tempo, they've rebounded well, taken care of the basketball. They just have really suffocated MMCRU defensively.
And it really seems since that fourth quarter at South O'Brien, this team out of Boyden-Hull has been playing their best basketball of the season. And you can tell they played a lot of good teams throughout their regular season schedule because they are prepared to match the physicality of MMCRU tonight.
Brandon Dreckman off the mark on that three-point attempt, and now Royals give it back to Dreckman. This one too hard. And some of it's been some cold shooting on the Royals' part too. Dreckman, one of the sharp shooters, has a couple of looks there, just can't knock it down when they presented themselves. Alish continues to work defensively up top, but Zylstra is going to get the easy two.
And that back door has been exposed a lot tonight. Here's a look from three. He hits it. Camden Bork.
Cam Bork knocks down the triple. There haven't been many of them tonight for the Royals. Gets that one to go.
Kicked ball, stops the clock here again. Boyden-Hull will inbound. That's the one thing I think MMCRU has done better in the fourth quarter is this fourth quarter has been much slower than the rest of the game. They've slowed down and at least put themselves in a position to try and generate some offense rather than just letting Boyden-Hull run out the clock and start the buses up.
And now the inbounds pass deflected away, and Dreckman is fouled. Probably called a foul from behind. Now they did call it on Van Ness going for the block. Brandon Dreckman to the free throw line for a pair.
Boyden-Hull, two starters at 4 fouls and one at 3. So again, try and attack inside the lane in these couple of minutes. I mean, you're going to sacrifice your opportunity to take 3-point shots, but possibly generate a 3-point play in the paint and get one of these starters off the court.
Both free throws off the mark for Dreckman. And now Alish is going to pick up the personal foul in the backcourt. Still 2:28 to go in this one. Comets in the bonus and a good free throw shooting team. They're going to have plenty of opportunities to take advantage of that. Alish picks up his third personal.
Final score from the game over in Humboldt. St. Edmund out of Fort Dodge is heading to Wells Fargo with a 78-61 victory over Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears season comes to a close tonight in Humboldt, and St. Ed, the Gales, will move on.
First free throw attempt good for Jacob Potabom. And the second rims in. Just a sophomore. He's played well tonight. Mulder tries a step back three. He's cut off by Zylstra. Alish will fire away, in and out. And the rebound.
Conversation. They give it to MMCRU.
MMCRU. Wide Alish, one of his better looks of the night, in and out. He just has not gone his way shooting the ball this evening. Here's Mulder on an offensive rebound. He's going to fire a corner three. That's off. The offensive rebound comes back to Bork, and he'll lay it in.
Nice job from Bork, getting a basket up there.
Zylstra has it deflected away in the backcourt. He'll stay with the Comets. Crawford inbounding for Boyden-Hull. And now a collision between Mulder and Crawford. Mulder picks up his fourth personal. And two very thick individuals. That was a big collision. And that'll put Crawford at the line for two. Mulder's fourth.
Brayson Mulder, a thick 6'4" forward, and obviously a standout for the football team. And I'm not sure about Crawford, but the way he's built, I'm assuming he makes his presence known on the football field as well. It was a big hit at center court.
Brown has his shot blocked away. And now up ahead and laying drawing the foul is Crawford.
Dreckman just came up and placed his hands on him and gets called there.
.92 seconds to go. Here's Crawford back at the free throw line, and he knocks that attempt down. Mulder gets into the lane, draws the personal on Zylstra. That's going to be the third on Brent Zylstra.
Credit to the Comets players playing with 4 fouls. Both Carter Klein-Waltic and Brylan Crawford both with 4 fouls here and been able to remain in the game and make their presence known.
Mulder knocks down both attempts. The Comets. Now Potabom almost lost it in the backcourt. It's still loose, and Dreckman dives for it, and I think a foul is going to be called. It is. Zylstra is going to be our shooter. Brandon Dreckman picks up his second personal. Here's Brent Zylstra at the free throw line. Has 6 points on the night. Make it 7. He averages just shy of double figures. Zylstra off the mark on the second. Minute to go. Mulder's drive. He finishes with the left hand. A foul called in the backcourt. I think Alish is going to get it. Nope, they'll call it on Cam Bork. It's his second. 20-point ball game, 48 seconds to go, and it's Klein Walterink back at the free throw line for 2 more. And Coach Cam Kuchel telling the guys to lay off here a little bit. Let this one finish out. It's been a fantastic year for MMCRU. They climbed to number 3 in the rankings, but in basketball, it just takes one off night, and it can get you, and that's exactly what happened here tonight. Boyden-Hull just came in, played a great half-court man-to-man defense, and it slowed the tempo of this one down. Kept MMCRU out of their offensive groove all evening. Bork gets the lay in there, and the shot clock turned off. The Royals call off the Dogs, and Boyden-Hull is going to win this one 53-34. And the Comets will advance to the state basketball tournament for the 20th time in school history.
Yeah, and this Boyden-Hull team, they're going to be a lower-ranked team down at Wells Fargo just due to their record, the schedule they've played. But this is a team that could definitely pull off some major upsets if they play defense the way they did tonight against MMCRU. They're going to be a team to watch down at Wells Fargo.
It was the Comets' night, and they win this one going away in complete control of it, 53-34. Boyden-Hull improves to 18-8 on the season, and they'll head to the state basketball tournament at Wells Fargo. The Royals finish their season, should say their 24-25 campaign at 23-3. Winning the most games in school history. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with the FDS post-game show after this here on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.
As the largest GSI grain bin dealer in the state of Iowa for the past 15 years, CS Agro prides themselves on grain bin builds and service, and offer a complete line of GSI equipment, including grain bins, grain dryers like top dry, tower dryers, and portable dryers, bucket elevators, air systems, conveyors, and chain loop systems. They do everything from concrete to erection, to electrical, and service before, during, and after the sale. Stop in, give them a call, or contact them at csagro.com, your GSI bin dealer in Calumet, Iowa.
Back here on the Fuller Digital Solutions post-game show. Final score tonight in Sioux Center, Boyden-Hull, a 53-34 winner over MMCRU. The Comets led 15-2 at the end of the first quarter, a 23-13 halftime lead. They stretched that out to 37-18 at the end of 3 quarters and coasted from there. 53-34 final. The Comets head to the state basketball tournament not a week from Monday. The 1A will be a week from Wednesday, opening round, an 18-8 record, 11-7 in Siouxland Conference play. The Royals, a 23-3 finish to their season, co-champions of the War Eagle Conference, and the highest ranking in school history and the most wins in a season in school history at 23. The statistics for this one are scores for the winners, Boyden-Hull. It was Carter Klein-Walterinks, 14 points to lead the way, 13 for Garrett Van Ness, 9 points for Jacob Potabom, 7 for Brent Zylstra, 6 for Braylon Crawford, and 3 for Tyler Potabom. Royals were led offensively by Camden Bork's 12-point effort, 9 from Brayson Mulder, 4 from Lucas Brown, 4 from Michael Schmelin, 2 points each for Michael Peterson and Eli Schlinger, and 1 point for Wyatt Olish. Michael just was not MMCRU's night tonight. They struggled from the get-go, maybe a little tight in the first quarter, and then when things started to get away from him, they really got away from him.
Yeah, it was a cold night from the start for MMCRU. Shooting, being able to execute in the paint. They just struggled to capitalize on the opportunity they were given. And you got to give Boyden-Hull some credit. I think they surprised MMCRU a little bit with the physicality they came out with tonight. This is a good coach team. This is a very supportive community, and I think I would expect them to pull off at least a first-round win down at Wells Fargo. This is an aggressive team, very well conditioned. These top 6 guys just flat out ran with the Royals 10 tonight. And so a lot of credit to them, a lot of credit to head coach Isaac Hayer and assistant coach Bob Klein-Walter. This is a great program, and just some credit to MMCRU as well. Graduating a few seniors this year, saying goodbye to Jace Colling, to Clint Staub, Xander Tenniger, Michael Peterson, and Lucas Brown. A couple great seniors for this squad who's led well. And really helped to lay a foundation for Royals basketball that's just continued to improve year after year. And so credit to Coach Kuchel, Coach Shane Bork, and Coach Brad Hodgen. Just the program they've built. And I think a lot of credit just to the Royals community of MMCRU, how well just this fan base has traveled and supported this team. And I'm excited to see them come back next year.
Yeah, a great senior class for MMCRU. They've really turned the tide in the football program, now in the boys basketball program. They made it to the regional final last year. They get to that game and they win it this year. Just cannot quite take that next step to get to the state basketball tournament, but they have upped the bar in a bunch of great kids from great families, and it's been a pleasure to watch them over the last 4 years. And from where they started as freshmen to where they're at now as seniors finishing this thing, they left it in a much better place, and you got to be appreciative of that. And the Royals going forward, they got a really nice junior class. They'll be seniors next year, looking for success on all the athletic fields. A lot of things going, but that senior class, they still have a baseball program as well. So a lot of good things happening, and very, very fortunate MMCRU specifically for the Royals to have a lot of success in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and with all that said, these were the guys that were freshmen my senior year, and just to see how much they have improved, how stronger or faster they've gotten, and just the leaders they've turned into this program has been cool to see.
Well, Michael, thank you very much for joining us for the last couple of ball games. A big thank you to Adam Morris on our production, night in and night out. Once again, very fortunate on our part to be able to bring you a free stream of MMCRU sporting events throughout the year, and even in particularly here in the district tournament and the sub-state. A great atmosphere in these gyms, and another one here tonight, but an absolute pleasure to be able to bring that one to our viewers. We thank you guys for joining us in Fuller Digital Solutions and MMCRU Athletics, and we'll look forward to see you guys in the baseball season coming up in a few months.
Sounds great, Tim. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. Again, just to thank you to all of our sponsors making sure this is possible, and just credit to the community and everybody who tunes in and supports Royals Athletics.
You bet. Great things ahead for the Marcus Meriden Claycorn Remsen Union School District, certainly, and we're glad we get to bring that to our viewers. So thank you for joining us for the MMCRU Royals basketball season, and for joining us tonight specifically. For Tim Holmes, Michael Rupp, and Adam Morris, have a great evening, and we'll see you guys for baseball and softball.